Welcome back. In the previous classes, we completed lathe, and after completion of that one, in the second chapter, we complete shaper, slaughter, and planer. So, in that particular two chapters, we discuss about various metal cutting methods. So, in that particular metal cutting methods, what happened? So, a cutting tool penetrates into the metal. So, because of the penetration of the cutting tool into the metal, what happened? Some stress induced in the metal or material. What it will be the material, what it will be the metal. So because of the inducing of the stress, or because of that particular cutting force, or because of that particular cutting stress, what happened? The material is supposed to be removed. So that what happened in this particular process, so the cutting tool always in contact with the metal to be cut. So because of the particular what happened, at the contact surface or at the contact point of cutting tool and job, that means in between the cutting tool and job, what happens? So that particular portion or at that particular portion, the temperature increases. So because of the increasing of temperature, what happen, or what is the drawback if the temperature increases? So if the temperature at the cutting nose or at the cutting contact point increases, because of the increasing of that particular temperature, so the wear rate of the cutting tool takes place, or the rate of wear increases at the cutting tool portion. So that is the drawback. That means simply we can say, if temperature increases at the contact surface, the tool life decreases. Simply we can give conclusion. That is the drawback or disadvantage takes place for the cutting tool. Then come to the job. What happens for that particular job? So in this particular one, what happened? So because of that particular increasing temperature, at the finished surface or at the machining surface, so as the temperature increases, so the surface obtained on the machined surface is color changing. So as the temperature increases, and at the same time what happen? The surface may be cooled with the help of the air. So that what happen? It's a surface finishing. There is no change in the surface finishing, but the presentation or appearance of that particular machined surface changes. In addition to that one, the surface finish produced is also slightly decreases. So now what are the methods, or how to eliminate this particular drawbacks? So in this particular present chapter, that is coolants and cutting fluids. Now we are finding a proper or suitable solution for this particular problems what we are discussed so far. That means in order to decrease the temperature at the contact surface, that means in between the cutting tool and job, a fluid is supposed to be applied. A fluid is applied at the contact surface. So that the first advantage, cutting tool life increases. Second advantage, that particular job surface finish increased. And because of adding this particular fluid, or because of the applying of this particular fluid, the chip produced is easily removed or eliminated from the contact surface between the job and cutting tool. Otherwise what happen, if the fluid or if the cutting fluid not supplied, it's in some portions, and sometimes what happen, the chip which is removed on the job surface is stuck between the cutting tool and job. It not take place on all times. In some situations, this process or this phenomena may take place. Whenever a small chip or whenever a small particle of that particular machined surface stuck in between the cutting tool and job, that particular leads to most irregular surface finish. Of course, however, to avoid this particular problem, that means what is the problem means that particular stucking or the obstruction of that particular chip in between the cutting tool and job is eliminated or is reduced by using proper tool geometry. During that particular topic, that means in the lathe chapter, we discuss about tool geometry. So that particular tool is having various angles, various geometries, end relief angle, nose relief angle, likewise. So based on that particular tool geometry, in the majority cases or in the maximum cases, the chip may not stuck between the job and cutting tool. In sometimes, of course, because of that particular built up edge chip or what it may be thing, there is some scope for stucking of or obstruction of the chip in between the cutting tool and job. So if we are using a fluid or a liquid supply between the job and cutting tool, so the first advantage, heat removed between the contact surface or contacting zone, so the tool life increases. And the second advantage is surface finish obtained on the job or machine surface also increases. And third advantage is because of the flowing of the fluid between the contact zone or cutting surface, the chip produced during the machining process. So whenever a cutting tool is in contact with the job means it causes for machining of a surface. Whether the machined surface may be a circular surface or a inclined surface or a flat surface, that may be different. But what it will be the machined surface, so because of the supplying or because of the passing of that particular fluid flow or liquid flow, the chip produced is simply move away from the machined surface. So that is the third advantage. So in the present class, that means in the today chapter, in the fresh chapter, we completely discuss about this particular cutting fluids and coolants only. So actually it is a very simple topic and a small topic. So hardly this particular chapter may be completed within 4 to 5 hours only. But the thing is, whenever if you enter into industry, whenever if you enter into a machine shop, so the proper maintenance of that particular coolants or fluid flows or lubricants that are very, very important. So this is the introduction regarding this particular chapter. What is the importance or where is the requirement of coolants or cutting fluids? So far we discuss. So that particular one is sufficient to know or to learn what is the importance of cutting fluids and coolants. So after completion of this particular importance of the cutting fluids and coolants, now we enter into that particular chapter. So that chapter is so cutting fluids, coolants and lubricants. So that this particular title may be changes in different schemes or in different syllabuses. This topic of this particular chapter changes. Sometimes it may be coolants and cutting fluids only without the term lubricants. Of course, however, whenever we are going through the term coolant and cutting fluid, by default, we are discussing about the particular lubricant. So the simple say, what is the total concept of this particular chapter? The concept of this particular total topic is applying a fluid flow between two contact surface. So in the total chapter, we discuss about a simple principle or a simple technique. What is the technique? Applying a fluid or applying a liquid between two contact surface. whether two contact surfaces, whether they job and cutting tool, or both are machine components, what it will be the thing. So in the previous class, that means during the lathe class, that means during that particular topic, lathe, we discussed that tailstock moves over the lathe bed. Tailstock moves over the lathe bed. How the tailstock moves over the lathe bed? That means lathe bed having inverted V guideways. At the same time, tailstock is also having inverted V grooves. So that what happened, the tailstocks move over that particular guideways of that particular lathe bed. So that what happened, over a particular time, so before wearing of that particular, or before wearing of the guideways of that particular tails, grooves of the tailstock. So that particular tailstock consists inverted V grooves. Observe carefully. So small abstraction regarding the system problem. Once again we start. So that what happens. So whenever that particular lathe tailstock, as the particular lathe stock is having inverted V grooves, observe carefully. Whereas lathe bed is having inverted projections. So that what inverted guideways. So that what happen, that particular tailstock moves over the guideways of that particular lathe bed. So whenever the tailstock move over that particular one, over a particular period, or if that particular tailstock moves continuously, so because of the surface contact of that particular two metals, of course, tailstock is made with cast iron. Lathe bed is also made with cast iron. In generally, lathe bed is made with grey cast iron. Why lathe bed is made with grey cast iron means? So the grey cast iron is the best material to observe vibrations or shocks. During the discussion of lathe parts itself, I explained to you. So why that? What is the material required to manufacture or to produce the lathe bed means? The material used to manufacture lathe bed is grey cast iron. The reason is, so the grey cast iron material is having a best tendency to observe vibrations or shocks. So because of that particular only, that particular bed is made with grey cast iron. Of course, tailstock, it may be made with grey cast iron, or it may made with mostly white cast iron also. So in this one, what happens? Both the cast irons are having self-lubricating property. Even though both metals, that means even both machine parts are having self-lubricating property, over a time, it leads to wear rate of the components. So in order to reduce the wear between the two mating parts or two joining parts, a fluid or a liquid layer is applied. So the applying of liquid layer between two mating elements is called as the lubrication. So the liquid or fluid used to for that particular purpose, that means liquid used to separate two mating parts with a thin layer of film is called as the lubricant. Whereas the liquid applied between two components, that one component is cutting tool and another component is job. So that is called as the coolant and cutting fluid. Understand? That is the difference between cutting fluid, coolant and lubricants. So these three are mainly applied between two contact surface. So this is the importance of this particular one. Next topic. So during metal cutting process, metal is removed in the form of chips. So far we discussed, so far I explained the same phenomena to you. What happened? What it may be the machining process. Whether the machining process is a cylindrical component or whether the machining process on a over a flat surface or the machining surface on a inclined. So what it may be then? Whenever cutting action takes place or whenever a cutting tool in contact with a job, that means that whenever the cutting tool penetrates into the job, whenever the cutting tool penetrates into the job, what happens? The material is removed. That means the material or on that particular surface of the job is removed in the form of the chips. So how it takes place? Because of the, observe carefully, remember carefully, because of the tool geometry only, because of the tool geometry only, the metal is removed in the form of the chips. So that what happened? Whenever that particular cutting tool and the chip both are in contact, so that what happened? The friction between the tool and chip causes to increase in the temperature, because one by one, each and every time whenever the cutting tool moves in a particular forward direction, the chip produced is separated, but always whenever one chip or whenever one particle is separated from the cutting tool, immediately next particle come in contact with the cutting tool. So that's why always cutting tool is in contact, always the cutting tool is in contact with the chip. So that what happen? Friction exists or friction generate between the tool and the job, between the tool and the chip. So because of that particular friction, what happen? Temperature increases. So how to control the increase in the temperature? So far I explained to you, applying a layer of liquid or applying flow of a fluid flow. So that particular process, causes to control that rise in temperature or increase in the temperature between the tool and job. This temperature is so high and leads to welding of chips onto the tool face and workpiece. So the most dangerous phenomena that takes place if the temperature goes on increasing, at a particular temperature, at a particular stage, what happen? The chip produced is joined with the cutting tool. So the particular process is named or termed or called as the welding. What is the meaning of welding? What is the meaning of the welding? Joining or making a joint between two metals. Listen carefully. This particular welding process takes place for metals only. For non-metals like wood or glass or plastic, of course, by using some special methods, joining of plastics may take place, but it did not termed as the welding. So always joining of two metals. How that particular joining of two metals takes place? So by applying something. What is the something? So the basic phenomena required is heat. So by with the help of the heat, with or without applying force, or with or without applying filler material or extra material, if two components or if two metals are added, then the particular are joined. That particular process is termed or called as the welding. So once again I explain to you what is meaning of welding. Making a bond or making a joint between two metals by applying heat with or without force, or with or without applying additional material or extra material, is called as welding or welding technique or welding process. So here, if clearly in this particular definition of welding, we are observing three terms. One is the heat, second one is the force, third one is the filler material or additional material. That means in order to make joint between two components, in order to make joint between two components, either we may require force or not. In the similar way, either we may require filler material or extra material or not. But the most essential thing required is the heat. That means without heating, even the force applied or even the filler material applied, there is no scope for joining of two metals. So now here you may having some doubt. So the topic is cutting fluids, coolants and lubricants. But what is the need to discuss about the welding? That means here why I explain once again, I try to recapitulate. Based on the definition of welding itself, what we know, force required or not required, additional material required or not required, but if heat source available, joining of two particles or two metal takes place. How two metals joined? Just because of the temperature, just because of the heat source, means because of the heat source, the temperature of the particular both contact surface increases, or both the bonding surfaces increases. When the temperature increases to a particular stage where the joining surface reaches to molten state, immediately it leads to welding. So the reason why I explained to this particular importance or definition of welding means, so in this particular machining process, whenever the chip removed because of the cutting tool, what happen, continuously as the particular cutting tool goes on moving over the machined surface or surface to be machined, the temperature increases at a particular time. What happens, the temperature of the cutting tool and the component reaches to the weld temperature, or it may leads to formation of weld pool. So in that particular process, if that particular temperature reaches to that particular stage, even though there is no need of, even though without help of the force, without help of the additional material or filler material, immediately the joining of two metal takes place. So if the temperature reaches to so high, what is the so high means? Different metals are having different temperatures. Different metals are having different temperatures. Suppose if that particular material, suppose if the material is a lead, let us assume the lead is also a metal. Suppose if the lead is processed, or if the lead is operated on a machine, whether the machine may be lathe or shaper. So if that particular temperature of the lead increases to around 600 to centigrade, that means the temperature of the cutting tool reaches to that particular one, immediately the chip of the lead or the chip of the lead metal joined with that, because the welding temperature of lead is very less. So that's why this particular temperature, the temperature is so high means, what is the meaning of so high? This particular high temperature changes from metal to metal. Suppose if it is aluminium, around 1100 to 1200 takes, or it causes for welding. Suppose if they are cast irons, it requires a temperature around 1800 degrees centigrade to 2000 degrees centigrade. So likewise, this particular temperature increases for a particular material at a particular temperature. The chip may join with the cutting tool. So that is the dangerous phenomena. Once that particular joining of the chip to cutting tool takes place, further it causes to produce more roughness on the job. In that way, the component produced simply converted into scrap. That is the first drawback. Of course, we may think, okay, the cost of the job is very less, or the raw material, the cost of that particular raw material is less. So that what we can say, yes, that particular company or that particular industry or that particular operator may able to bear the loss of that particular metal. So that is the first immediate remedy or remedial solution. But the thing is, whenever that particular chip joined with the cutting tool, that means welding of chip takes place, it causes to produce more vibrations on the machine also. Because whenever the cutting angle or whenever the cutting nose is at proper position, the cutting tool moves over the job by without producing any vibrations or without producing any shocks. But whenever that particular cutting edge is blunted or is having some irregular shape, that's why tool geometry is very important. Is having irregular shape, it causes to produce vibrations or shocks. Ultimately, because of the vibrations or shocks, what happen? Of course, because of the bed of the machine, whether it may be shaping machine or lathe machine, generally the bed is having a tendency to observe shocks and vibrations. But the other components, shaft or bearing, that particular components may not able to observe that particular shocks and vibrations. Even the work welding tool may also undergoes for vibrations. Because of that particular one, what happened? Because of that particular one, what happened? That particular life of the work welding tool also decreases. So because of this because of all this discussion, what we can understand means, if the temperature increases to a particular temperature, if the temperature increases to a particular temperature, it leads or it cause for joining of chip to the tool face of the or for the cutting phase of the job. So that what happens, it produces all these losses. First thing is wastage of the job, or the simply the job may consider as scrap. Second thing is the life of the machine, that may be lathe machine or shaping machine or milling machine. The parts or some work welding tools may get damaged at the earliest period. And the third one is the cutting tool life is also decreases. So because of these particular drawbacks or because of these particular disadvantages, this particular temperature is restricted at a particular increase or at a particular maximum value only. So how to control or how to restrict to increase the temperature to the weld temperature? So for that particular purpose, that simple thing required is applying a fluid flow between the working surface, that means between the job and the tool. That means, so already we discussed so far this one, thus reducing the tool life and efficiency of the machining. I explained these three. So reducing the tool life and the efficiency of machining. What is the meaning of efficiency of machining? So that particular rate of removal of the over the surface. So here one more point is not given. The life of the machine or the life of the work welding tools also decrease. That point is not given in this particular one. So in addition to this one, also the rise in temperature causes deformation of workpiece and leads to change in grain structure. So whenever grain structure changes, what is the drawback? Mechanical property changes. So the change in the grain structure leads to, observe carefully, the change in the grain structure leads to change in the properties of that particular metal, which is a unwanted phenomena. Suppose if the material required some hardness, because of this particular one, what happened? the hardness increases to some more extent. Understand or not? So hardness required up to a particular level only. Suppose if we consider cutting tool requires mainly the cutting tool requires high hardness. So no problem. But always what happen? Always what happen? The cutting tool remove the material on the job whose hardness is less than the hardness of the cutting tool. That means if hardness increases furtherly, or if the hardness of that particular metal increases furtherly, it is not possible or it becomes difficult for next process of machining. So generally any component is produced at least minimum 2 or 3 machining operations. Suppose during the first machining process itself, if hardness increases because of the change in grain structure, or if the hardness changes because of the change in grain structure, then it becomes difficult for machining for the next process or for the next time or second time. So that's why because of that rise in temperature, not only damage of the cutting tool, not only damage of the job, that particular next important one what happened, deformation of workpiece and leads. That means it causes the deformation of workpiece, causes to change in the grain structure. So because of the increase in temperature, two drawbacks or two disadvantages. One is simple thing, as the temperature increases, what happen? Elongation or expansion takes place. During the mechanics of solids, during the chapter simple strains, we discussed that particular thermal stresses. Understand or not? So whenever temperature increases, it causes for expansion of that particular metal. So because of that increase in temperature, what happened? The deformation of workpiece takes place. So because of the deformation of workpiece, what happened? The dimension stability is not obtained. So during the machining process, we require to maintain tolerances. So for that particular purpose, we require the exact dimensions. If deformation takes place, during the machining, what we think, yes, we obtain to required dimension. But later on, what happen after cooling or after completion of the machining process, the temperature decreases so that its dimension decreases. As the temperature decreases, what happens? The dimensions or the length or width thickness may decrease. So that what happens? Let us we require a diameter is x units. So as the temperature increases, we measure by using that particular calibration tools or by using the measuring instruments. We find yes, its temperature is adjusted or reached to it x units. But after the cooling process, what happen? It reaches to the original dimension which is less than the x units. So that what happens? Unnecessarily we are removing some excess metal or some excess material is removed because it is machined or that particular measuring takes place during high temperature. So during high temperature it is produced deformation of workpiece. That is the first drawback. And the second drawback is because of the increase in temperature, it causes to change in the grain structure. So change in the grain structure leads to change in the mechanical properties. So that's why this is the one more important drawback or disadvantage. So we in the similar if we goes on, we are having more thereby varying properties of workpiece. Just now I explained what happens if change in grain structure takes place. What happens if change in grain structure takes place? It causes for change in the mechanical properties of workpiece. It causes for change in the mechanical properties of workpiece. What are the mechanical properties? Hardness is one mechanical property. Ductility is the one more property. Plasticity is one more property. Likewise, for based on a particular material, the properties may change. So that's why it is very, very important to control the change in the grain structure. How to control the change in grain structure or how to restrict the change in the grain structure? Simply by controlling rise in temperature only. Simply by controlling rise in or increase in temperature. So how to control increase in temperature or how to control rise in temperature? For that particular purpose only, we required coolant. For that particular purpose only we required coolant. So that what happens in this way, so by controlling the increase in temperature or rise in temperature, we may control or we may restrict the change in grain structure, so that when there is no scope for change in grain structure, so by default there is no scope for changing properties of the workpiece. So far we discuss if temperature increases what happen, if temperature increases what happen. So not only tool life, not only surface finish, not only that particular the lifespan of the machine parts of the machine components of the machine. So it also leads to the change in the properties. Likewise, that particular temperature increases or the rise in temperature to a particular level, all these drawbacks are comes into picture. So now how to eliminate or how to avoid all these drawbacks, how to eliminate or how to control all these limitations or drawbacks means the simply thing to overcome or to eliminate all these drawbacks or all these disadvantages, the only thing is to reduce the friction, to reduce the friction between the two components. What are the two components? One is the job, second one is the cutting tool. So that what happens, whenever the friction reduced between the two materials or two surfaces, so that what happens, the rise in temperature, the increase in temperature is controlled to particular level. So how to control or how to reduce that particular friction or how to reduce or how to control the rise in temperature means simply it is achieved by using cutting fluids, coolants and lubricants. So at the beginning of the chapter itself I explained cutting fluids and coolants comes under the machining surfaces, whereas the lubricant is required not only at the machines, not only at the cutting machines, even it required even for IC engine parts also. Whereas the cutting fluid need not required for IC engine, but whereas lubricant it required for IC engine, not only for IC engine, even if you go for any cutting machine, any type of cutting machine, whether it may be milling machine or it may be lathe machine or shaping machine. So ultimately, how that particular cutting tool moves along a particular line, that particular line may be a circular line or inclined line or horizontal line or vertical line. So whenever a machine component or whenever one element of the machine moves over, whenever one element of a machine or whenever one component of machine moves over another component, of machine, then only the cutting tool moves in a particular direction or it moves along a particular line. So that what happens between that particular two contact or between the two mating elements, the application of a liquid layer is required. That application of liquid layer is lubricant. That means the cutting fluids, coolants and lubricants, these three are very, very important. These three are very, very important for machines. So in this particular manufacturing technology subject, we discuss which type of machines. So their particular machines are producing required machining surface. So all these drawbacks or all these phenomena are controlled simply by using this particular cutting fluids, coolants and lubricants. Now because of the applying or because of the using of these cutting fluids or coolants or lubricants, so cutting fluids and coolants are applied between the job and cutting tool, whereas this lubricant is applied between two mating parts or two mating elements of a machine. So because of applying this particular one or because of the using of this particular cutting fluids, coolants and lubricant, what happens? So it causes, or because of this particular one, machining efficiency increases. What is the meaning of machining efficiency? What is the meaning of machining efficiency? So the first one is the required geometry or required dimension. Second thing is surface finish increases. So that what happened because of applying this one, machining efficiency increases. Machining efficiency increases means the dimensions produced during the machining are controlled within the tolerance limit. That is the first one. Second one is surface finish produced during that particular operation is also within the required or it requires to produce good surface finish. And third one is rate of metal removal is also increases. That is the third point comes under the machining efficiency. Without using this particular one, what happened? The time required to produce a particular job is 30 minutes. Because whenever lubricant is not applied, whenever cutting fluid is not applied, it takes or it causes for movement of the cutting tool with a slow movement. Whereas if the cutting fluid and coolant applied in the proper way, the chip removed fastly. Whenever chip removed fastly, the tool moves over the job with increased speed. Whenever the tool moves over the job with increased speed, within the less time only, the job is completed. So that means machining efficiency increases. The machining efficiency means first one is that particular tolerances obtained are with up to good levels. Second one is the surface finish obtained on that particular one is also very good. Third one is the time required to complete a particular process or to complete a particular machining operation is also decreases. In this way, because of applying this particular one, the machining efficiency increases. Machining efficiency increases. So second thing is tool life increases. So at the beginning, during the introduction itself, I clearly explained to you, if the temperature rises, it leads to change in the geometry of the cutting tool. Because of the particular high temperature, what happen? If a chip comes in contact in between the job and tool, it produces regular surface on the job. At the same time, it changes or it alters the tool geometry. Whenever tool geometry alter, what happens? Tool life decreases. So that what happen here by applying or by using this by using this one, by using cutting fluid and coolant, what happen? The chip produced removes continuously. So that what happen? The tool moves over the job without any obstruction. So that what happen? The cutting tool moves over the surface to be machined without any obstruction. So as the cutting tool moves without any obstruction, what happen? The tool life increases. So whenever the cutting fluid or coolant applied between the chip and cutting tool or between the job and cutting tool, the chip produced is move away in the fluid flow. How the chip removed or how the chip escape from, that means along with the fluid flow, along with the liquid flow, simply the chip produced is run away or ran away along the fluid flow. So that what happened? That particular cutting tool moves over the job without any obstruction. That means the tool movement is free over the job. In addition to this particular one, if lubricant applied between the two mating parts, like between the grooves of tailstock and the grooves of the lathe bed, because of the applying a lubricant layer, but because of applying a fluid or liquid layer, that particular tailstock moves over that particular bed. There is not only tailstock. Suppose if we consider a lathe machine, that particular saddle is resting over the inverted guideways of the bed. On that particular saddle, remaining portion, what is that one? On that particular saddle, cross slide mounted. Over the cross slide, compound rest is mounted. That means whenever saddle moves over the lathe bed, with the help of the applying a liquid layer, the movement of that particular saddle. So the combination or the total integral part of the saddle, cross slide and compound rest is termed or called as the lathe carriage. Here don't confuse, not only for lathe, for any machine, whenever to mating parts. So that particular mating parts require lubricant. Some members may think, oh, yes, okay, lubricant is required, it is very important, but where it is required means, yes, it required between the lathe bed and the lathe carriage. So not like, don't understand like that one. So whenever two mating elements are there, between the two mating elements, the application of lubricant is very, very important. So in this way, by applying all this one, we are having disadvantages. What are the advantages? Increasing the machining efficiency, tool life, and provide free movement between the mating parts. So these are the advantages. So far in this class, first we discuss what is the importance or where is the requirement of this particular lubricants or cutting fluids or coolants. First, at the beginning or at the introduction, I explained to you. So whether it may be lathe machine or shaper machine or miller machine or milling machine or broaching machine or drilling machine, what may you think? So that particular cutting tool is very, very essential. So what is the essential of cutting tool? The purpose of the machines is to remove the excess metal. So in order to remove the excess metal, cutting tool is required. How the cutting tool works? The cutting tool penetrates into the job. So whenever cutting tool penetrates into the job, the friction takes place between the two mating parts. So whenever friction takes place between the two mating parts, what happens? The temperature increases. So because of the increasing temperature, we find some drawbacks. Because of the increasing temperature, we find some drawbacks. What are the drawbacks means? It causes different drawbacks. So it decreases machining efficiency. It decreases the tool life. It decreases the surface finish. Not only that one, it causes for weld of the chip with the tool. So all these drawbacks or disadvantage takes place because of increasing temperature. Okay, so how to reduce the temperature means simply by applying or by using these three. What are the three? Cutting fluids, coolants and lubricants. So because of applying these three, what happens? So the advantages obtained are increases the machining efficiency, increase in tool life, and free movement between the cutting tool and job, or free movement between two contact surfaces or two machine elements like lathe bed and lathe carriage or tailstock over the lathe bed. Next, for milling machine also we are having various mating elements. So with this particular one, today's class is completed. So in the next class we discuss about in detail about how the cutting fluids applied, or how the coolants are functioned, or how that particular lubricants increases the particular efficiency or working of the particular components. In each class we discuss about one. I think cutting fluids may completed in one class, and next coolants may require one class. Likewise, lubricants may also require one class. Next upcoming 3 classes we may complete this particular chapter. Okay, so this is the just introduction. Don't think that is a very small topic and simple topic. This particular topic is very, very important in all the machining concepts.